What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic CM. It's episode number 78 and we start today's episode off on the back of our 3-0 win over Fulham, trying to find a draw for the Champions League quarter-final. There was none in the news article as per usual, and as I skipped through to April I could see it was already done. I just wasn't notified of it, and you'll see the tie we got there. Man, oh man, oh man. So it's Chelsea versus Dortmund, Juve versus Atletico, Bayern Munich versus Liverpool, and Arsenal have got Barcelona in the last day of the Champions League. Love to see that draw there. Obviously, these two have had some amazing rivalries and amazing classic games over the years in the Champions League knockout stages. Obviously, I remember the masterclass Arsenal 2, Barcelona 1 back in 2011, I think it was, when Arshavin scored the late winner. I don't think anyone will ever forget. I think it was the year before, or maybe the year after, they also met in the Champions League knockout stage. I think it was the year before, when Messi scored those 4 goals in Spain after Arsenal scored an early one. I think that was the second leg of that tie there. A true Messi masterclass. So many in his career. That one definitely up there as one of his best. And of course, lest we forget the Champions League final between the two teams last time Arsenal reached the Champions League final. That would actually be, at this point in the game, 20 years ago. At this point in the game, that would be 20 years ago. The last time Arsenal reached Champions League final, beaten by Barcelona's comeback. There were 2 late goals in a 2-1 defeat. And yeah, we got them in the last day of the Champions League. Things are totally different since then, of course. It'll be a much more even contest heading into this game here. I feel we'll probably be slight favourites, to be honest. And for those wondering, Messi has retired at this stage in the game. And real briefly on Messi as well, can I just say, as we go into the first game of today's episode here at Brighton Hove Albion, 8 games to go, 8 points clear of the Red Devils, and a real chance now to pull away and cement this title. On Lionel Messi, I mean, it's just one of those things. It seems like every single year, or if not every other year, I know last year there was a lot of talk about it, that Messi is going to go and Barcelona are going to lose their talisman and it's the end of an era and so on and so forth. And what happens? Messi ends up staying. But this time it's different. You know, I saw the club statement. The club put out a tweet on Twitter as Suarez gets his 15th of the year here, as we were 3-0 up on Graham Potter's side. I saw the club put out a tweet regarding Messi. It seems like this time, now that his contract is officially up, he is on his way out the door. And I read an interesting statistic on Reddit Soccer. For those that have the subreddit Soccer, I'm frequently on there as a lurker. I read a statistic that now Mark Noble is going to be the longest one club player in the major European leagues. I thought that was really interesting. I didn't realise that, but yeah, Messi going to go. My question to you guys, I mean, hey, by the time this video comes out, you might already know, but where's he going to go? Where is Messi off to for the twilight years? Anyway, won that game by 3-1, and it was the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final against Barcelona. So again, heading into the game, I have to say, despite Barcelona's star-studded lineup and what a team they've got, by the way, at this stage of the game, absolutely fantastic, I still felt that our team was just as good. So I certainly didn't feel like the underdogs heading into this game. But 5 minutes in, I knew it was going to be a tough one, but I wanted to be on the offense from the first whistle. And oh my goodness gracious me. You know, in moments like this, especially in my saves, you know, sometimes it's the stars that come out and do something special. We're 6-7 minutes into the game. Harvey Barnes is sent through. I dink the ball into the area. It takes a slight deflection on its way up into the sky. And Reece Nelson, if you didn't catch it first time, I don't blame you, because I needed a replay or two to work out what happened. Oh my goodness gracious me. The best goal I've scored in FIFA 21. I think so. Considering what was at stake, the ability of our opponents, I could not believe it. Nelson with an absolutely audacious, I don't even know what he called that. Is it a scorpion kick? I'm not entirely sure. Makes it 1-0, puts us in front, and then 10 minutes later, question marks on Ter Stegen's goalkeeping here. But do you know what? We'll take it. Nelson bangs one in past the German at the near post, and 16 minutes in. Like I said, in these sort of games, especially in my sort of saves, it's ordinarily when the stars will come out and do something special. Nelson bags a brace 16 minutes in to the first leg. And right before the break, a chance to make it 3, which we would do. I just felt so confident heading into this game, you know, despite the scope and the challenge and the difficulty. the opponents. In fact, we haven't been in, great form per se since the turn of the calendar year. I just felt really, really confident. Harvey Barnes makes it 3-0 at the break. I'm thinking, okay, if Barcelona don't get an away goal, we got 1 foot in the semi-final. So I was tempting fate saying that, because 9 minutes after the restart, they get back in the game. Mikel Oyarzabal, who does so well in this game, as everyone knows, always grows incredibly quickly, makes it 3-1. Gives Barca a glimmer of hope, and that was how the game would finish as well. Sensational first half. But in the second half, I have to say, after Oyarzabal got that goal there, I couldn't break Barcelona down. And as we know, they're so good at controlling possession, holding onto the ball. I didn't have that many chances to score a fourth, and in the end, it just became about making sure we didn't concede a second away goal and watch the nature and the complexion of the tie completely change heading back to Catalonia. So in the end, 3-1 was the final score, and obviously, don't get me wrong, I'll certainly take it, but 3-0 would have been a lot better than 3-1. Due to that away goal there, that tie is not done yet. If Barca score 2 quick ones at the Nou Camp, then everything is going to change. So yeah, I'm just thinking about that 4-1 Barcelona game all those years ago, when in the second leg, I think the first leg they drew 2-2, and then Barca won the second leg 4-1. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Thankfully, Messi's retired, so there'll be no more repeats of that Messi masterclass all those years ago. Anyway, for the third game of today's episode, back-to-back in the Premier League, staying here in North London, facing Wolverhampton Wanderers. Right now, doing pretty well, looking for a Champions League spot. Obviously, our FM reboot team, taking them on here at the Emirates Stadium, and as we know right now, as we're still top of the table, still several points clear of Manchester United, 7 games to go. We have slipped up in a lot of our games in this second half of the season, but I'm not going to let this title slip through my fingers. Absolutely no way. Last season we had a little bit of a bottle towards the end of the season. We were still the outsiders alongside Liverpool and Man City to win the title, but I'll be the first to admit it, I slipped up in quite a few games towards the end of the campaign, and that stopped us having a real chance at winning the title. But this season, it's completely different. I need to be really, really ruthless and make sure my concentration levels are peak. I don't want to let this title slip through my fingers, man. Absolutely not. I want my first one of the save. So heading into the game, very offense-minded. Nelson gets our first. Smith Rowe gets our second. And then early on to the second half, Luis Suarez gets our third to make it 3-0. Really committed defending as well as past the hour mark. He had to include this highlight. That's one thing I definitely have improved on over the past couple of years, with the Gunners being way more solid at the back. Great defensive stability there, and awareness to make sure that shot was blocked, and we keep the clean sheet. And in stoppage time, we'd wrap up the victory with our 4th goal in a 4-0 victory. Martinelli off the bench. Anyway, I don't use much, I'll be honest. Martinelli doesn't get that much game time. If I'm going to play someone down the left-hand side as an inside forward, obviously Nelson's the starter, but ordinarily, I'd probably opt for Barnes. If Barnes doesn't play through the middle, as he often does, then obviously I'll have him through the left-hand side. Martinelli, if he plays, is ordinarily off the bench. He doesn't get that many goals or that assists when he does play as well, but yeah, to be honest, he's still a pretty amazing player, 86 overall. I probably should give him a little bit more game time, but still, for the 4th and final game, this was the second leg at the Nou Camp. And by the way, real briefly on this, how frustrating is it that the Nou Camp is still only licensed to pairs? Fair play, they made the deal, they spent the money, they've got the licensing, but the Nou Camp is such an iconic stadium. For it to be missing for FIFA for quite a few years now, it's so frustrating. I really hope EA can get it back at some point. But taking on Barca regardless, heading into the game, I felt for sure they'd probably score at some point after their one in North London, so I had to make sure we get that away goal cancelled out as soon as possible. In the first half, we do just that. Emile Smith Rowe, love the guy to pieces, makes it 1-0, great finish from close range, and there's the away goal cancelled out so early, and that relieves so much pressure there. Right before the break, little bit of a worrying sign, Kieran Tierney going down, the captain aerial duel staying down. Thankfully would soldier on though, as we were still leading by 1, and then just before the hour mark, I knew a second away goal would completely kill off Barcelona and make sure that our progress was secure to the semi-finals, and would do so through Smith Rowe. You'd say that Nelson is the star of this team, Suarez is probably the second most important, Tierney's the captain, but I've mentioned him so many times and I'll say it once again. The importance of Emile Smith Rowe. This guy is just so good. I love the delicate chip over Ter Stegen. Makes it 2-0. Due to the 2 away goals, that would kill the contest off. There was no way Barca were going to score 5. They got 1. Moise Kean turning the rebound goal, but in the end it was just a consolation. We win both legs in the tie, and we're in to the Champions League semi-final. Liverpool, Atletico and Dortmund all make it through to the final 4 alongside us as we close out Barcelona in excellent fashion, winning both legs home and away. Kieran Tierney's injury, thankfully, was just a 5-day one. And as for the draw for the Champions League in the semi-final, Arsenal have got in the final 4. Borussia Dortmund, who have still got Haaland, who have still got Sancho, who have got an extraordinary team. We've got them in the final 4 of the Champions League. Doesn't get much easier, does it? But that was today's episode of The Realistic Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of The Realistic CM, featuring the FA Cup semi-final, 2 more big games in the Premier League, and the first leg against Dortmund as we keep our treble dreams alive very soon.